Hi guys, so today I want to do an orange look because I'm getting into my Halloween zone, so I'm going to be doing an orangey look. Okay, and I saw these Jeffree Star lipsticks and I was like, I like this. So I'm going to be playing with those. Going to be using the orange from this Spectrum palette. Going to be using the orange from the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. Just dip my fingers into some of the shades, that's fine. I'm going to be using it in the California Love palette that I got from at Makeup by Kato. I think that's her at name. I don't remember. I have such a bad memory. Okay, let's take some of these brushes out of here. Mostly just take out the big brushes so they're out of my way. Okay, so I can just grab the smaller brushes. I don't need the bigger brushes right now. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna just go in with this Jeffree Star brush. It's kind of stained in like a green color because I was using green. It's the JS5. I'm gonna do, let's see. I'm gonna dip into Laguna from the California Love palette by ColourPop. Just gonna get that on my brush. Tap off the excess. Oh, and a little birdie told me that Will, T-Spill's son, is gonna be starting his YouTube channel this weekend. I am very excited for that. And no, this is not product placement. I wish it was. And I would not hide it from you if it was. I'd be like, this is product placement. But sadly, it's not. I hope you guys enjoyed the video that I did on Monday or Tuesday. I don't really remember what day it was. I think it was yesterday. I don't know. If you hear a cat meow, that's my grandma's cat, Scarlet. She's very needy. She is very attached to me. And Freddy does not like her. He does not like her invading his safe space. Sorry if I'm looking down. I'm also talking to one of my friends. And on Twitter. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into Sequoia, which is this shade. Same brush. I'm just running that through the crease. I'm mostly making sure that most of the pigment is on the outside of the eye and then just sweeping it in. And there you go, covering the camera again. I'm just so used to doing that I need to get out of that habit. Oh, and I'm not sure if you guys saw, but I also started an Instagram that's at Daddy Snyder as well, to go with my Twitter, because someone on Twitter also put T-Spill is my mom as their name, which is Will, but it wasn't Will. But he said that apparently the girl, she didn't actually know about his Twitter, which I was kind of thinking maybe she didn't know, because I was like, why would they do that when they know when they would get exposed real quick for not being Will? Let's see, where's the brush I'm looking for? There it is. Found it. I'm going to use this little brush. And I'm going to dip into Charm right here from the Jeffree Star palette. Just going to lightly tap that off. And keeping that on the outer corner. Just pushing it into the crease on the outer part of the lid. Am I even in the center? I don't know. If I'm not, that's probably going to trigger some of you. Oh well. Especially Simon. Because he's a perfectionist and he likes things being in the center. That's one of my friends from Twitter as well. Most of you are. Most of you probably already know all the people I'm talking about. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to take this flat brush and I'm going to take the shade Beat, which is this bright orange shade from the Profusion Spectrum palette. Just going to load that up. I'm just going to tap that on the lid. Kind of patchy, but I think if I just keep layering up in the areas that it's patchy, that it might not be as patchy. I don't know. And when I have my eye open, you don't really see the patchiness. Oh, and tomorrow I'm gonna do my hair purple. Also, in the next video you guys see, I'm probably going to have purple hair. And I don't know if the next video is going to be a story time, if it's going to be a tutorial, or it's going to be me copying Nikki again, or it's going to be me copying one of my other friends. You never know. And by you never know, I mean I never know. I just do whatever I think of the day that I film. Because most of these videos I just upload the same day I film them. Because why make you guys wait to see this quality content? Why am I whispering about myself? I don't know. Okay, so you can see the kick up in the pan. And from the purple shade, it kind of got everywhere. No, that didn't do anything. Oh well. Okay, so let's see. Alright then. I'm gonna just take this little, like, domed brush. I'm gonna take the shade Ember right here. It's a deep reddish, orangey brown color. Just going to put that right on the outer edge. And then through the crease. It's very weird for me to be doing this kind of eye because I'm not used to doing these kinds of looks anymore. Or because these are the looks I started out doing when I first started beauty school. I was doing full-on natural, glam looks, not really doing bright, vibrant looks. Looks like I've started doing. But I have come to realize I like the bright, vibrant looks better. Alright, now most people, well, they can't do those kind of looks on an everyday basis. I can, and I don't even try to do work yet. Because I'm still trying to get a job. But I can't wear them, not even to my volunteering. Because last time I got told that I need to wipe it off. Then again, the ladies in charge, they're older. Or they're not used to the bright, crazy looks. Okay, and just make sure to go over those edges. Make sure everything's nice and blended. Okay, just had to get up close in the mirror and make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I already moisturized my face. Oh gosh, just dip my finger in it. Some eyeshadow. Yeah. Oh, and I like that this has a metallic closure. I like that. Next. Oh, and I don't have any kind of lipstick on. I have on the Agave lip mask from Bite. It's in the shade Champagne. This is really good. I like this. Okay. And I'm just going to go in with my Maybelline Master Prime. I'm in shade 300. It's for the blur and redness control. Because you can't really see it on camera, but my cheek area is always really red. So, it's just easier for me to use a green primer. So see, once it's worked into the skin, you don't even see the green tint. And since I'm not going anywhere tonight, I'm not going to be keeping this on it at all. Then again, when do I go anywhere when I put my makeup on? I don't. Okay, so just using my sponge and pressing that primer onto the face. Oh, my nose is slightly stuffy, so I'm sorry if I sniffled sometimes during the video. Okay. My nose just keeps like running, and then even though it's not really running. I think some of you get what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to take this Femme Couture or Get Flawless 8-in-1 foundation. I have no clue what the 8 is. I got this from Sally Beauty a long time ago. Oh, when I was very tan. And because I used to go outside. And I don't feel like using one of my better foundations, so I'm gonna use this. Just took like about 3 pumps. Oh my god, you can see the extreme color difference. And so, really, I'm gonna mix in some of my moisturizer to try and make it so maybe it won't look as crazy. Probably still will, but oh well. I'm going to take my Eco Tools brush. It's the sheer blush brush. I use it for foundation. See, on camera, it doesn't look that bad. But then when I'm seeing it, it is definitely not the right color. This is way too yellow. all in person. And then again, in Sally's, they didn't have anything that you could spot and what? They didn't have any testers. That's the word I was looking for. But this foundation does actually have some good coverage because it did cover up my little acne scars that I have right there. Just pick at my face. Leave me alone. I know I'm not supposed to, but I still do it. You're not my mom. You can't tell me how to live my life. I'm gonna drag that down the neck. Put it on the ears because my ears don't match now. Oh, my nose. Jeez. Okay, now taking my sponge and some of the extra foundation. Tapping it under the eyes. Going in a little crease in my eye as well. I'm just going to press all over the face as well, all on down the neck, just to make sure that is pressed into the skin. Okay. I need to clean this off my hand because I can see the slight color difference and it just bugs me because it looks gross. Don't fall over. Whew. Okay. I'm going to take my makeup towel thing, spritz it with some water, just clean off my hand. Okay, now powder. I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores translucent powder. Just going to take it from the cap. Just going to tap that on with a brush. I didn't get out enough powder. Just want to make sure it's set enough so when I apply my bronzer, contour, blush, it doesn't lift. Okay, I actually like that foundation because it actually looks really nice on the skin. Just weird because I swear the last time I used it, it looked terrible. Oh. Apparently I stabbed the end of my brush into my highlighter. I was wondering where that powder was coming from. Oops. Clean that up before I get it literally everywhere. Okay. Let's make sure this is cleaned off. I don't want to get that everywhere. Okay, I need to move my legs. Let's see if I make my camera fall over again because my legs are falling asleep. I'm probably going to knock over my camera. Knock it over this time. Okay, taking my little Benefit Hoola Mini. Okay, just tapping into that with my big fluffy brush. Tapping off the excess. then just stippling it around the perimeter of my face. Okay, there we go. I never really see this on my face, so I don't really know if I'm even doing anything, because I've never really seen it. I think it does because everyone says it does something. I don't know. Okay. Now taking my androgyny palette, taking the shade Safe Word. As you can see, that's the one shade I use the most. Because usually I'm using my Blood Sugar palette. And then I've been using the Spectrum palette a lot. And then just going around on my face with Safe Word as well. I want just around the perimeters of my face. Used to chisel out my face a bit more. Okay. I actually do use this palette quite a bit. I just don't really use these shades or these shades. I use these and then these, especially this one, because that one I use as contour. Okay. Let's see, sponge, where did I put it? There it is. Okay, just taking my sponge again, just tapping over the areas I put that bronzer or in that contour. And this video is going to be 10 minutes long again because I don't know how to do short videos. That's when it comes to makeup. Just taking my Tarte 12-Hour blush in the shade Party again. This is like the blush I always use because it's the only one I take out because it's the most neutral. Get out of my way here. Okay, and I'm starting at the back of my cheeks and just pulling the blush forward and towards the apple of my cheek, because you don't want to have the full pigment right here, especially when you have a more round type of face. Because you don't really want that. Okay, I didn't grab setting spray, so I'm not spraying my face because I don't feel like dealing with trying to find one. Okay. Let's see, where's my highlight brush? There it is. And I like this one better than the Jeffree Star one because this one's more loosely packed, not placked. Like, so it doesn't give you the kind of highlight I want. And so, if you want a more subtle highlight, I like this. But if you don't, I like the more densely packed bristle brushes for highlight. And also it's quite a bit smaller. See? And also I washed this and the hair's kind of got frayed. Which kind of bugs me, but I'm also like, everyone kind of said it was going to happen, so. Okay. I'm just mixing my Jeffree Star Eclipse highlighter with this Smoke and Mirrors highlighter in the shade Pearl. It's really pretty. Okay, just tapping off the excess. Okay, just putting that highlight on the tops of the cheekbones, the Cupid's bow, and the very tip of the nose. Just going over it again with my sponge. Oh, and by the way, this is from the 99-cent store. Highly recommend. They make amazing highlighters, and it's $1.99 for these, and they're really good. They don't have any ingredients or anything on them. But, so if that concerns you, you probably don't want to get this, as if it's in your local 99-cent store. But if you really don't care, I recommend these, especially if you can find them. Okay, so now I need to do the lower lash line. Oh, my back's hurting. My back always hurts, especially when I'm like leaned over slightly doing my makeup. And also because I don't sit in a chair, because I don't have chairs in my room. Oops. Okay, so I'm going in with Laguna again from the ColourPop palette. Now going into Sequoia. Again from the ColourPop palette. Now in with Charm. I'm just basically copying how what I did on the upper lid on the lower lash line. I'm just blending that into the upper lid. Okay. Now taking the first brush we used on the upper lid and just running that on the lower lash line to really blend out the lower lashes. Well, not the lower lashes, the lower lash line. Okay, and I just want to look straight ahead and make sure that you didn't see the cast where the highlight is, and the good thing is you don't. Okay, so let's see, do I want to go matte on the inner corner? Oh, there's an eyelash on my nose. I'm sorry. Just had to make a wish. Okay, so I'm going to think about if I want to do a matte inner corner or if I do want to do a shimmer while I curl my lashes. Ow. And I'm using my Benefit Roller Lash. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to take this really teeny tiny brush for the inner corner, and I'm going to mix Charm with that Smoke and Mirrors white highlight. Just going to mix those so it gives me a light shimmery like orange color. I could have just put down the orange color and then gone in with the highlight, but I want to do it this way. And you're not my mom, so you can't tell me what to do. There we go. Just need to clean off the top layer because you can see there's orange and blue on it. But it's fine. That's fine. Okay. Now which lip should I do? Oh, forgot need to do brows. Let's see if I can move this lip. Look, and I found my brow pencil. I'm using the e.l.f. brow pencil. I'm pretty sure this is dark brown. Oh. Okay, get highlighter everywhere. That's fine. One problem with doing your makeup on your bed. But when you drop things on your bed, you get it all over. I mostly just focus the product on the outside part of my brow because that's where my brows don't have as much hairs. And I got a little pimple right there and it hurts. Oh, look at that. And I hit my nose with my brow pencil and it just easily blended away. And into the foundation. There we go. My brows look extremely intense, even though I literally did barely anything to them. And they look very intense. Well, okay. See, do I want to do this shade? This one, or do I want to mix? Okay. I want it to not be too crazy of the eyes. I think I'm going to go in with this shade, which is Coral Fixation. And I might take a bit of Yummy. I don't know. We'll find out. You can in real life you can see so much sparkle left on my hand from swatching Yummy. Okay. Gonna take off that lip mask. Let's see, where's the brush? I'm just gonna take this little brush from Face One. I'm pretty sure my mom got this from Five Below, is in a set. Just gonna take that off the back of my hand. Oops. Went outside the lines a bit. That's fine. There we go. Now just, yeah, and I decided I am going to take just a teeny bit of Yummy and just put that in the center of the lip. Okay. The lip is more pinky instead of like the pumpkin orange I wanted, but oh well, it works. It looks nice. Mine is the fact that I completely went outside my lip line. I could tap the orange eyeshadow over it. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the orange shade from the Profusion palette in the shade B. And if you heard a sound that sounds like something hitting metal or a cage door, or that's just Freddy. There we go. Okay, now to take these cat ears off. And there we go. Oh, an orange natural-ish look, because this is very natural for me. There we go. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hate that. I hate that I just did that. But if you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't give it a thumbs up. Comment, don't comment. Subscribe, don't subscribe. Do whatever you want. This video is already 40 minutes long, so I'm gonna go so you guys don't have to watch this video going on for longer, and I'm just drawing it out more. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, bye.